We have breaking news from the NHL. The Columbus Blue Jackets have finally hired a head coach. We'll discuss their hire and his record and what it means for the club coming up next. So welcome back to another video here at Top Shelf Hockey. As I mentioned, we have some breaking news from the NHL. We finally have a head coach for the Columbus Blue Jackets. Now, it's kind of odd to see this drag on this late into the offseason, but of course, we had a GM change and they didn't get their manager in place with Don Waddell until much later into the offseason, so certainly want to take his time, evaluate the current staff, make changes, and then, it's been, an extensive couple of weeks, you could say for sure, an extended time here going through candidates, but they've settled on hiring former Minnesota Wild head coach Dean Evason. Now, Evason comes out of the Wild organization with parts of 5 seasons, including 4 straight playoff appearances with Minnesota after he took over there. He had a pretty good run, being pretty consistent regular season success, playoff team. Didn't have a whole lot of playoff success, mind you, but, at this point in time, Columbus is looking to improve the regular season stats and kind of, become more competitive again over the next few years as they kind of go through this. I think it's fair to say it's definitely a rebuild there in Columbus, but he went through a record of 147, 77, and 27 during the parts of 5 years he coached the Minnesota Wild. It's a .639 winning percentage. Pretty impressive. Of course, Evason had a decent amount of coaching experience as an assistant head coach. Prior to that, was an assistant in Minnesota before getting the head coaching role. So certainly, a coach who was very demanding, very fiery, very emotional, lots of talking on the bench. He's certainly not afraid to speak his mind. We certainly know that for sure. Evason, of course, was a longtime player as well, played a similar style of play that he seems to, show emotionally coaching as well. So in the mix down the stretch here for the Jackets, there was a belief at one point they kind of wanted to hire Todd McLellan. Could not come to terms on a contract. Of course, where these coaches are sometimes under contract with the previous team because they were relieved of their duties, they have to negotiate with them as well. Because obviously whatever they're going to pay the new coach they're hiring, the old team is on the hook for the remainder. So if they're not offering a big salary and the other team still has to pay a big chunk, they may not go for that. And so I know there was a lot of rumors and speculation about McLellan, and I do think at some point he was a preferred candidate, and because of the negotiations, became not a candidate. Jay Woodcroft was the other person who's believed to be a finalist here in this situation. I don't know if this is a case of Evason being their absolute first choice or more of a case of amongst everybody that they were willing to consider that it worked out contractually. But either way, like I said, he's got good experience. Woodcroft, I think, would have been a good choice too. Maybe Woodcroft might be better served with a different type of team. If a team needs to make a coaching change mid-season, has a lot of good talent, turn things around, something of that nature. We'll see what happens. But Dean Evason is the new head coach of the Columbus Blue Jackets. Certainly had a pretty good run in Minnesota. Can he take that hardworking style, which I know the Jackets are well accustomed to? I know they're a little ways removed from having John Tortorella there, but certainly, a team and an organization who's had that same sort of, kind of coach before. I mean, Evason's not the exact same as Tortorella personality-wise, but he is very demanding and demands a hard work, hard effort, 200-foot game, that type of stuff. So we'll see how things work out. Should be a decent fit there for Evason with the Blue Jackets. Let me know what you think in the comments. We'll discuss further. I'll be back later with another video recapping the rest of today's news or rumors around the entire NHL. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.